In this module, we cover the ATR-42's structural design, dimensions, clearances, airframe sections, and various compartments. This module also provides a brief overview of the flight deck panels and items to assist the pilot with proper seat position. The cabin will be addressed, along with the doors and the warning indicators for the fuselage exterior doors. The ATR-42 is a twin turboprop short-haul regional airliner built in France and Italy by ATR. The name 42 comes from the aircraft's standard seating, which varies from 42 to 50. The airplane is a high-wing transport category aircraft requiring 2 pilots for operation. It is certified for instrument flight as well as flight into icing conditions. The maximum operating altitude under passenger carriage operations is 25,000 feet. VMO is 250 knots indicated airspeed. MMO is 0.55 Mach. The aircraft is approved for operations in VFR and IFR conditions as well as icing conditions. The airplane is powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney PW127E turboprop engines. Each engine develops 2,400 shaft horsepower at the maximum takeoff power setting. In most cases, normal takeoff power is used with a horsepower rating slightly lower at 2,160 shaft horsepower. Normal takeoff torque is also known as objective torque. There is an automatic power increase to 2,400 shaft horsepower in the event of an engine failure at takeoff. The maximum zero fuel weight of the aircraft is 17,000 kilograms. The maximum taxi weight is 18,770 kilograms, and the maximum takeoff weight is 18,600 kilograms. The maximum landing weight of the aircraft is 18,300 kilograms. The ATR-42-500 has a 42 to 50 passenger seat configuration with 1 flight attendant seat. The flight attendant seat is located in the aft of the cabin between the 2 aft emergency exits. The flight deck has a seat for 1 observer. The airframe is divided into 3 sections: the fuselage, wing, and the empennage. The fuselage is further divided into the nose, the flight compartment, the forward cargo compartment, the cabin, the galley, and the aft cargo compartment. A forward baggage compartment is included in the cabin section and located between the flight deck and the passenger cabin. The forward cargo door is located on the left side of the fuselage. The door is a non-plug type door that is hinged along the upper edge of the door. The door opens outward and upwards and provides an opening 1.3 meters wide and 1.57 meters high. The forward cargo door is operated by an electrical linear actuator. A strut is used to maintain the door in the open position, as well as protect the door against the effects of wind gusts. The forward cargo door is controlled by a door control panel located near the bottom right-hand side of the door. A door provides access to the control panel. The forward cargo door actuator is powered by the hot main battery bus. The cargo door actuator control is powered by the ground handling transfer bus. The opening of the control panel door automatically puts the ground handling bus online. If external power is not connected, the ground handling bus will be powered by the hot main battery bus. When this occurs, a red on battery light illuminates. After the cargo door has been opened, the control panel door should be shut so that the battery won't continue to drain. The cabin has 4 doors. The 2 forward doors are Type 3 emergency exit doors. The door on the aft left side of the fuselage is a passenger door, and the door on the aft right side of the fuselage is a service door. All these doors are used as emergency exits. The rear entry door is a non-plug type door which opens outward. The door provides a net opening of 64 centimeters wide and 1.73 meters high. A folding handrail is attached to the rear entry door. The mechanism is designed so that when the door is fully open, the handrail is fully extended. There is a service door located on the aft right side of the fuselage. This door is also a non-plug type door. This door provides an opening of 69 centimeters wide and 1.27 meters high and is used to service the aircraft. This door can be opened from the inside or outside of the aircraft. There is an overhead crew escape hatch located in the flight deck. The hatch is a plug type door. An escape rope is located on top of the electric rack near the exit. A smoke door separates the flight deck from the forward cargo compartment. The door can be removed in the event of an emergency by removing 4 pins. Another door separates the forward cargo compartment and the passenger compartment. This forward opening door is locked by a latch. A key is required on the passenger side of the door to unlatch this door. There is a forward avionics compartment located under the fuselage that is accessed from the outside. A captain's communication hatch is located under the left aft window. This hatch is primarily used to pass documents between the flight deck and ground personnel. The wing incorporates integral wet wing fuel tanks. The wings also have nacelles, ailerons, spoilers, and flaps. The wings attach to the fuselage at the top midsection of the fuselage. The pressurized section of the fuselage extends from the front of the flight deck all the way to the rear cargo compartment and lavatory. The empennage, nose gear bay, radome, and the main gear bay are not pressurized. The cabin is equipped with 15 overhead baggage bins. They incorporate a spring hinge to hold the door open and a latch to hold it closed. Each pair of passenger seats has a passenger service unit installed overhead. These units provide cabin attendant call button, passenger address loudspeakers, lighted passenger signs, individual reading lights, and gasper vents. The lavatory is aft of the passenger cabin next to the rear entry door. The lavatory door has a vacant occupied sign actuated by the sliding door bolt. For emergency situations, the occupied sign has a small slot which allows the cabin attendant to open the door with a screwdriver, nail file, coin, etc. The sink has a fresh water tank installed in the pressurized compartment. The faucet is spring-loaded. The flight attendant station is located in the aft passenger cabin. It has a folding seat with a shoulder harness. A handset is mounted next to the seat for communication with the crew or passengers. A switch panel located above the seat controls normal and emergency lighting. Emergency equipment is stowed beneath the seat. A rear galley is located next to the service door. It includes facilities for hot and cold food or beverage storage, an optional convection oven, and a work area. The meal beverage cart can be stowed in the galley when not in use. Fresh water can be pumped on board via the potable water service panel, which is located on the aft fuselage behind the cabin entry door. Water from the lavatory drains to the toilet waste container, where it can be serviced from the lavatory service panel, also at the aft fuselage beside the water service panel. The ATR 42-500 has a wingspan of 24.57 meters. The overall length of the aircraft is 22.67 meters, and the span of the horizontal stabilizer is 7.3 meters. Each propeller has a diameter of 3.93 meters. At the operating empty weight, the distance from the ground to the top of the vertical stabilizer is 7.75 meters. The distance of the main gear track is 4.1 meters. This is the distance between the main gear wheels side to side and measured to the strut between the tires. The distance from the ground to the wingtip is approximately 3.76 meters at the operating empty weight. The distance between the nose gear and the main gear is 8.78 meters. The propeller to fuselage clearance is approximately 0.84 meters, and the distance from the ground to the bottom propeller blade is approximately 1.16 meters. A minimum pavement width of 17.75 meters is required for the airplane to accomplish a 180-degree turn without backing up. The turn would require using the maximum turning angle of 60 degrees with nose wheel steering, approximately idle thrust on both engines, and no differential braking. The turn will result in the following turn radiuses. The main landing gear on the inside of the turn will have a turn radius of 3 meters. The outer main landing gear will have a turn radius of 7.12 meters. The nose gear will have a turn radius of 10.3 meters. The nose will have a radius of 11.7 meters. The elevator tip will have a radius of 15 meters, and the wingtip will have a radius of 17.4 meters. The airframe is made primarily from high-strength aluminum alloys. Composite materials such as carbon monolithic structure, carbon Nomex sandwich, and Kevlar Nomex sandwich are extensively used and represent 19% of the total weight of the structure. The forward pressure bulkhead is at the front of the flight compartment. The area forward of the bulkhead is not pressurized. The nose section contains the radome, which is where the weather radar antenna and glide slope antenna are housed. The nose wheel well is slightly aft of the radome. The forward avionics compartment is accessed through a hatch just aft of the nose gear. The flight compartment includes the area from the forward pressure bulkhead to the aft fixed compartment bulkhead behind the pilot's seats. There is one forward windshield and two side windows on either side of the flight deck. All windows consist of 2 plies of glass. The forward windshields have electric anti-ice protection, and the side windows are demisted electrically. The pilot and co-pilot have bucket-type seats. Each seat has a 5-point attaching seat belt shoulder harness with an inertial reel. The inertial reel lock is controlled with a lever located on the aft side of the right armrest. The seats are movable up and down and fore and aft. The movements are accomplished by use of the height control lock lever located on the left side underneath the bottom seat cushion and the lock release lever which controls fore and aft movement located on the right side underneath the bottom seat cushion. The seat back has a recline function that is controlled through the use of a lever located below the left armrest. The seat back also incorporates a lumbar support. The support can be positioned using rotary knobs located on the inner side bottom edges of the seat back. The knobs will vary the pressure intensity of the lumbar support. One knob controls the movement up or down, and the other knob controls movement in and out. Each seat has 2 armrests. The rests can be stowed in the up position or lowered for arm support. Underneath the forward part of the armrest is a rotary wheel. The wheel is used to adjust the armrest position for the pilot's comfort. An observer seat is between the electric and electronic racks. The padded seat bottom, when stowed, is held in the vertical position. The observer seat has a seat belt and 2 retractable shoulder harnesses. When the observer seat is not in use, the whole seat assembly can slide behind the electronic rack or be stowed against the side of the electronic rack or in the cargo compartment. An oxygen mask is provided for the observer. The mask is located on the left side of the observer's seat. We will now discuss the 5 panels that provide the controls and instrumentation for the pilots. These panels are the overhead panel, the glare shield, the instrument panel, the center console, and the pilot's side panels. The overhead panel is located centered above the windshield and extends aft to the forward side of the overhead escape hatch. The glare shield is located just above the flight instruments panel. The instrument panel is directly below the glare shield. Some of the instruments on this panel are the engine instruments, the electronic attitude director indicator, and the electronic horizontal situation indicator. Below the flight instruments is the center console, located between the pilot and the co-pilot. The center section of the console is sometimes referred to as the power quadrant. The pilot's side panel is located to the left of the pilot's seat. It has a nose wheel steering tiller panel located at the aft end and is angled down. On the steering panel, there is a nose wheel steering switch. The cabin has 4 doors. All the doors can be opened from both inside and outside the airplane. All the cabin doors are designated as emergency exits. There are 2 Type 3 doors and 2 Type 1 doors. The Type 3 doors are plug-type doors. They are located in the forward section of the passenger cabin. The 2 aft doors are Type 1 doors. The left side is used for boarding. On the cabin aft left side is hinged at the bottom and opens outward from the top. The door is a one-piece air stair with handrails that extend as the door is opened outward and retract as the door is closed. The door has 5 integral steps. The 6th step is a folding step designed to protect the door sill when the door is open. This door is not a plug-type door. The door is mechanically counterbalanced by 2 springs on the aft side of the door. A rubber tire roller supports the bottom part of the door when it is open. The 2 Type 3 doors in the front of the cabin are plug-type doors. The upper door opens inward and is released by either the external handle on its outside below the window or the interior handle just above the window. The flight deck ceiling has an emergency escape hatch for the flight crew. The hatch is a plug-type door and opens inward. It can only be opened from inside the flight deck. The status of the hatch is monitored by an annunciator light on the door's panel. An escape rope is stowed in a compartment on top of the electric rack. A doors panel located on the overhead panel shows the status of the doors. The panel monitors the forward compartment access door, the overhead emergency escape hatch, the aft service door, the cabin door, and the forward cargo door. In the event a sensor detects that a door is not locked when it should be, the amber master caution light will flash, the amber door light illuminates on the crew alerting panel, and the associated door unlock light illuminates on the doors panel. The aural alert for the cabin or cargo door is inhibited if either door is not locked and the engine 1 condition lever is in the feather or fuel shutoff position. The visual unlock indications are not inhibited for this condition. The aural alert for the service door or the forward compartment is inhibited if either door is not locked and the engine 2 condition lever is in the feather or fuel shutoff position. The visual unlock indications are not inhibited for this condition. If any door but the forward compartment door becomes unlocked in flight, the seatbelt sign should be turned on to request that passengers return to their seat and to clear the aisle for a crew member to check the door. If the door cannot be secured closed, set the cabin pressurization landing elevation to 9,000 feet to reduce cabin pressurization forces against the door. No action is required if the forward compartment door is unlocked. The caution indications for the overhead escape hatch will be displayed if the overhead escape hatch is not locked. This concludes the Aircraft General module.